Let's take a look at the starting grid for tonight's race. On the pole, Kevin Harvick. Alongside Paul Bernard, that's the front row.
J.J. Yaley out of the Gibbs camp. Inside of row 2, Brian Vickers and Hendrick on the outside. Clint Boyer, RCR car, and Martin Truex Jr. from DEI.
Watch that 8 car.
Gonna be good, huh?
It's gonna be good.
Kyle Busch and Reed Sorensen in row 4, followed by Johnny Sauter, Denny Hamlin, and then in row 6, Carl Edwards and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
I see some damage out of that row 6 from Edwards and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
You mean damage in a positive sense?
In a positive sense, winning the race.
Now,
yes.
as we look at the rest of the starting grid, as you brought up the term damage, the one thing you always have to be prepared for at Daytona and Talladega, the big one, a multi-car wreck, because the cars run so closely together. It's a challenge for the Nextel Cup stars. It's certainly a challenge in Busch Series racing. There you see the drivers that failed to qualify. The field just got 2 to go. Down to pit road for the final pre-race thoughts, beginning with Alan Bestwick.
Bill, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has won 4 of the last 6 NASCAR Busch Series races at this racetrack. Tony Eury Sr. is crew chiefing this car tonight, and he told me a minute ago it's the same car Jr.'s done all the winning in, updated to make it better. Look out, field. Dave?
Alan, Tony Raines is driving the car that won the race here in February, but Tony Raines was not driving the car. He says, I know it's an excellent pull car. It can lead other cars, but I'm not sure I can do what Tony Stewart did on his way to victory here in February. That was drive through the grass and put it back on the banking and lead 46 laps and win the race. But Tony Raines, a very fast race car, a race winner earlier this year. Marty?
Dave, among all the young hotshots in the field, there's plenty of KG experience. Take, for example, Sterling Marlin, 3-time Daytona winner who turned 48 yesterday. Sterling told me this morning, I don't feel 48, and my car definitely can win this race. He told his owner, Armando Fitz, a couple of weeks ago, I'll take as many Busch races as you can throw at me. I'm having a ball in this series. There's no place I would rather win than Daytona. Tonight, got a pretty good shot. Matt?
Greg Biffle knows all about exciting finishes here at Daytona. 1 year ago on the final lap, the final 2 corners, he was running 4th. He ended up finishing 2nd here for the 2nd time. Biff wants a win. Now during practice, he dropped all the way, tail end, to an 18-car pack. Quickly worked his way to the front. He knows he can get to the front. That's good news because he starts 25th tonight. Bill?
All right, thanks, guys. Have a great night down there. 43 cars coming through turns 3 and 4 to take the green flag for 100 laps, 250 miles here at Daytona. Nearly $1.5 million on the line. The pit road speed 55 miles per hour. The pit window roughly 53 to 57, but it's only a 100-lap race.
So cars could make it on 1 lap, but
One stop.
Tire wear is a consideration.
Right.
So I think that the guys will be stopping twice, changing tires twice.
I would probably have to agree with that. I think this track's going to be pretty slippery tonight.
As Wally mentioned, 18 drivers in tonight's race will take the green flag in the Pepsi 400 tomorrow night at Daytona. It's the most coveted win in stock car racing, won at Daytona. The green flag is out. NASCAR Busch Series Racing live on TNT.
Gears here, so cars are not going to be up to full speed for about another lap and a half.
Where would they get in 4th gear? About someplace on the backstretch?
Yeah, right about here.
Kevin Harvick, the pole sitter on the inside. Paul Menard in the 11 car on his right.
And Harvick, I thought, coming off turn 2. And look at Denny Hamlin.
Oh, in the wall.
Is he in the wall?
Yeah, he got a piece of it.
That's too bad on the first lap.
I think he may have got away with it. I mean, I think he just got tires up there along the wall. I don't know if he's got any body damage or not, but
looks like he's got some body damage. Yeah.
Menard leads lap number 1. Black flag, car 64.
Those guys, I mean, Truex all over that car in front of him. He was loose.
That's Brian Vickers directly in front of Truex.
Vickers had his hands full coming off turn 2.
Jeremy Mayfield, black flag for passing before the start.
Really? Well, Jeremy's been around for a while. He knows better than that.
Let's watch the 20 car.
He's going to make him a run on the outside, but guess what? He gets up there and he pounded that thing pretty good.
See all the sand and the dirt he got into once he got up there? Cold tires, no grip. Means the wall.
Dave Burns.
Guys, no word from Denny Hamlin. Obviously, his hands very full at this point. His spotter radioed to him, no smoke, and that was their biggest concern from contact like that. Did we put a fender into the tires? Not at the moment.
Folks, we talked about exciting, and we talked about big groups of cars, and there's exactly what we're talking about.
Some bump drafting. Thought he was going to get a little push there from Kevin Harvick.
J.J. Yaley in the 18 car, that white, green, and orange machine.
It seems like Junior and Truex have gotten hooked up together, teammates, behind Brian Vickers. The bright red car is Dale Earnhardt Jr., and his teammate, 8-car Truex, in front of him. Look at him push. Look at Truex push that 57-car Vickers.
And that's what got Vickers sideways the lap before. It's okay to push him on the straightaway, but you can't do that getting into the corners. You're just going to turn the car in front of you sideways.
That was Nemechek in the middle of that 3 wide.
And these guys up front are really desperately trying to get away from everything. They'd like to get 5, 6, 7 cars in single file and start pulling away from the group that's running side by side.
Still waiting for Jeremy Mayfield to answer the black flag.
He's probably pleading his case.
Yep.
Well, he's finally coming on pit road.
Comes down pit road.
Black flag.
Pass-through penalty.
But he's got to do it at 55 miles per hour. The pass-through penalty, you just got to go down pit road at 55 miles per hour. Don't have to stop, but that's your penalty.
But he better hope that thing we get a yellow, because that pack will catch him and lap him real fast. Dave?
And you guys were right. Blake Bainbridge, the crew chief, was arguing their point. They could not win that argument with the NASCAR officials, and Jeremy slowly will make his way back onto the racing surface.
Well, and the key word, slowly, Dave. The field coming out of turn 4. Mayfield just jumps up on the track between turns 1 and 2. Menard leads. Harvick in second. Yaley third. Vickers fourth, and there's the 8 of Truex, the 81 of Earnhardt Jr., and Clint Bowyer in the 2. Truex falls in front of Bowyer, and now Earnhardt leads the outside lane.
And poor Junior, it just don't tell me. Jeremy was speeding, I'm told, on pit road. He's got to make another pass through.
Might have argued a little too hard.
Junior has been thrown.
There he goes.
Out of the
now he's down
the draft.
Single file.
Yeah. Looks like that outside line will not go.
Oh, talk about adding insult to injury. You think it's hot out there? You should see how hot it is in that helmet right now.
The speed on pit road now is timed electronically, so you can't cheat.
And he goes a lap down, unfortunately.
Dave, you got an update down there for us?
In case it was lost on you, Bill, Blake Bainbridge lost another argument with the NASCAR officials.
One about going too fast?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we got some strong cars on that outside lane.
Let's take a look at the start. Middle of your screen behind the orange car.
Here we are. There he is. Comes down.
Coming to take the green flag.
Now you cannot pass until you get to the start finish line. Green flag.
Wow.
See?
Yep.
Now he didn't go by the guy, but he's attempting to pass, and that's the same thing.
But it's different later in the race,
Yeah.
right? You can pass to the outside.
It's just on the start.
Right.
Just on the start. I've never done that.
No, never.
Oh, no.
Leaving the hotel like this morning. Menard leads. Somebody smoking back in there behind him?
There's a lot of garbage back there.
Okay.
Looks like maybe be some windshield tear-offs that are flying around back there.
And you see that yellow line around the inside, especially down the backstretch. That yellow line is out of bounds. And about every race we see somebody that gets put down there, they make a pass, and that is a penalty.
J.J. Yaley's trying that outside line, and there's nobody to help him, and it just will not move.
He'll get down in the line, and that seems like what's happening. It's just everybody will get down, and then the next guy in the back, who's at Casey Kane right now,
Yep.
he needs to get on the bottom.
One guy on the move, David Stremme.
We saw Stremme in the 14 car making contact with Joe Nemechek just a moment ago as he got that spot, but he has continued to work his way towards the front.
He's 11th after qualifying 37th, BP. It's going the right way.
4 tires.
Matt?
It's not an engine, Bill. Flat tire on the 5. The left front is down, coming around to the left side. He thought he had a tire rub, said it was slight. He could feel it in the steering wheel. Matt Ashbrenner going to try to beat out the sheet metal on that left front fender so it doesn't happen again. Tough break for Kyle Busch.
They got some work to do there.
Yeah, doing this under green definitely going to hurt them.
We've been watching, Wally. These guys are sliding around a lot out there.
It looks like they have their hands full. I think the track is just hot. It's humid outside, and there is a lot of sliding going around. And these guys here are where they want to be, single file. But I've just been noticing the cars in the middle. Whew. It's pretty scary.
When we've seen those cars 3 wide, I would not want to be the guy in the center.
That pack's good and this one's good, but watch, this is where right behind these 2 packs is where some activity has been happening. There's Vickers in the 57, and this is where they've got themselves sorted out a little bit here now. Casey Kane going the wrong way.
And usually when the track is slippery, you'll see the pack stretch out like this. I mean, normally we see them all packed up in February and everything, but I think everybody's really dealing with some handling issues right now. They're looking for a piece of the real estate that their car will work on. That's why we don't see them in the big pack right now. Take a look and see how Joe Nemechek. Watch him as he goes down into turn 3.
Johnny Sauter, the 1 car.
It's Nemechek in the 87.
Denny Hamlin in that 20 car behind Sauter. Great rebound for him.
That's through the tri-oval. Talked about Casey Kane going backward. He has come on to pit road. So Casey Kane heads to his pit stall.
Looks like the right side tires are up.
Did Casey make a stop that first time around?
Oh, the jack
went
drop.
down. Cost him big on a green flag stop right there.
Kane did stop earlier.
He must be having some real handling issues.
Kane on pit road. The leaders across start finish now. Still under green here at Daytona, but the 18 of J.J. Yaley behind the wall. He slowed on the track. Looked like he was coasting back to pit road and now has gone behind the wall. Marty, what do you know?
Well, Billy said the engine started to bind up and then it started to shake, so he shut it down to bring it back here to see if it was something they maybe could salvage and then get some laps in later on. But they had a terrific run going in the top 10 solidly, and they have to come back behind the wall now with an engine problem.
Usually binding, and then comes shaking, then comes venting.
Yes.
That's when the rods come outside.
Now, because binding means that the bearings are binding up, and then the shaking is when all that stuff gets out of balance, and you're right, that's when the hole comes in the block or a pan or something.
So the pit window here was basically 53 laps, 53, 55, 57 laps, somewhere in there. So the 7 cars that didn't stop under the caution for Carl Edwards, the 57 of Vickers, the 11, there are 7 guys that didn't stop, including Dale Earnhardt Jr.
They've got to come get at least some gasoline and tires. Now, they can make it on one more stop.
Right.
But when they stop, that means that they're hoping and praying that the rest of the race is run under the green and everybody else has to stop again.
Otherwise,
Could be a lap down.
At least. Truex did stop, but Earnhardt Jr. in the 81 did not.
11 did not.
The 6 of Mike Wallace did not. Alan, what's going on?
Well, Bill, even though Truex did stop at lap 15, remember he and Dale Jr. along with Paul Menard are teammates, and they've been working together in the draft. I would look for Truex Jr. to come down pit road with Earnhardt Jr. and Paul Menard. Marty?
Alan, meantime, you have Clint Bowyer sitting out there in the 3rd position right now. Very happy with the race car. Much better after the pit stop. They don't have to pit until lap 73, so they can hang out there for 20 more laps. That could really play in their favor.
Well, you could lap those cars while they're on pit road. I can't believe that Truex would sacrifice his chances of winning.
I can't either. I mean, if you're gonna try to beat a car, you got to beat that 81. If you go in now and pit together, you're just helping him beat you later.
C.W. Smith is on pit road in the 67 car. He's one of the 7 that did not stop, so he's on pit road at lap 48. Now, there were obviously some caution laps when Edwards spun, so that'll give you a little more fuel mileage. Alan, you want to defend yourself?
Yeah, that's the radio traffic. Truex Jr. is looking to pit in about 5 laps with 1. They'll be good to go from there to the finish. I guess they figure they'd rather get away from the field and settle it among themselves if they can.
Alan, we were not trying to shoot the messenger. We did.
Yeah, exactly.
VP, fine.
49 laps complete of 100. Stout, huh?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that's what they're going to do, but
no, it just makes me understand it.
Can't believe you guys doubted Alan.
You can't.
Mike Wallace has brought the 6 car on the pit road.
Another one of the 7 that did not stop. So Mike Wallace on pit road halfway through the race. And Matt.
Owner Ray Evernham on top of the box watches his Busch car pull to a stop. Mike Wallace says the car is just too free. Talking about a chassis adjustment, you can see him crank on the wedge wrench. He's down and away. The 6 of Mike Wallace. So is the 57 of Vickers.
And they have partners now, drafting partners when they come back out on the track.
Yeah, they would have been in trouble if they would have been in there by themselves, but
You should be full for you. Make sure he don't run over you.
here we go. Sounds like they're coming in.
It sounds like the 8 car's coming in, and he said make sure that the 81 doesn't run over. Start down pit road. Be sure and signal Junior that you're also pitting.
You can make a lot of time up or lose a lot of time getting to the entrance of pit lane.
Now he's starting to wave, so Truex is bringing that 8 car on the pit road. This is unbelievable.
This is surprising because he's got enough fuel to stay out there and hope for the caution.
Yep. Another 15, 20 laps. But here they both come.
Well, this is true teamwork right here. Alan, way to go, buddy.
Well, I tried to tell you. But here they come. Now, this is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s first pit stop of the race. I just talked with Tony Eury Sr., his crew chief for the night. I said, do you have anything you need to work on? He said, nah, not really. Maybe a half a pound of air. That's it. We're good. Okay. So here they come. Truex farther down towards turn 1. And Paul Menard to come with them to make the DEI and Chance 2 trio complete. They'll go around and change 4 tires on the Truex Jr. car, the championship leader in the NASCAR Busch Series. And he should be good to go to the finish from here on fuel. Same for Junior. 4 tires, that minor air pressure adjustment, and he's gone.
Almost looked like he spun the tires when he got down off the jack.
He did. For some reason, that left rear tire lit up. Normally, it's the right rear tire that lights up so badly, but this time it was the left rear on Paul Menard's car as he was leaving pit road.
There's the 60 of Carl Edwards involved in that lap 13 caution, sliding through the grass, headed for Dave Burns.
And coming into this race, fourth in the championship, trying to run all these races. He's already had to miss one, and all the Nextel Cup races this season. They will live with the right front, just a little bit of pull out there, but they're mainly taking air out of the left rear tire to help the adjustment on Carl's car. 4 tires for the 60, and this will be their final pit stop, according to crew chief Brad Parrott.
Hey, Dave Burns.
BP, go ahead.
Do me a favor and find out what that guy was shooting toward the left front tire.
I've been looking at that for 2 minutes and can't figure it out. I will ask.
Thanks.
Looks like a flashlight or a spotlight.
It might have been. It might have been. I've seen that
Maybe
down there.
so you can see the low.
Yes, exactly right.
Yeah.
Matt Yoakum.
A lot of times in night races, pit crew members up on top of the box will shine a bright flashlight like a Q-beam, so the crew member has a better opportunity to see the lugs because the lights are coming from the grandstands down on the right side. It changes the eyes a little bit when you come around the left side, and it's darker.
All you had to say, Matt, was you were right, Wally. All you had to say.
And that's right, Matt. That's what they were doing. They were just making sure they could see, and that was a flashlight, BP.
Very good. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Wally. Thank you, Matt.
And through that sequence of pit stops, Clint Boyer is now your leader, followed by Sterling Marlin, Greg Biffle, Jason Leffler, and David Stremme, the top 5. Marty on the 2.
Well, I just checked in with Gil Martin, the crew chief, and they have that nice hefty lead there trying to put Paul Menard down a lap. And Gil said, you know what? We may be able to go to lap 75. That would be 20 laps from now that they can stay out. He wants just a small air pressure adjustment. Car's a little bit tight, Matt.
Marty Greg Biffle says he can go to about lap 65 to 67. You see him running up high, right up by the wall. He says that he just continues to flat-foot it.
Marlin in the wall.
Looks like he lost the right front.
That'll bring out the caution.
And
Caution is out.
That's what we were talking
That's
about.
exactly why we said Truex should stay out there. Man, oh, man.
Can't figure that one out.
56 laps complete. Martin Truex Jr. currently scored 27th. Earnhardt 28th.
Well, Sterling caught that safer barrier. They have the safer barrier here at the Speedway. I don't know if he was far enough along and he caught the concrete wall, or he was able to hit that safer barrier.
But he was up pretty high, so he didn't get a real run at it, which is good. If you're going to hit the wall, be close to it when that tire goes.
And he doesn't stop because he doesn't have any brakes. When he made contact, he's broken the brake. See, the window net is down. Here he comes, just riding along, Wally.
Boom.
Wow.
Cut the tire.
How about Biffle with the move?
You know, it's unusual to see those tires go down there coming out of the corner. You usually see them in the middle or going in. But could have run over something right over there in that part of the racetrack.
Caution out, working lap 57. Boyer, Leffler, Biffle, Stremme, and Marlin was in there. Obviously not anymore, so Kevin Harvick slides up to the 5th position. Pit road closed.
So I guess Truex and Earnhardt are on the lead lap is what it's showing us.
Yeah, but Truex would have had a lot of those guys a lap down.
Yeah.
And you know what it means now? They'll come again, get tires, fuel, and come charging through the field.
Exactly.
We got something to watch.
Yes, we do.
Extra man over the wall to clean the windshield. Pace car gathering the field. And pit road will be a very busy place.
And it will take some time to pick up all the debris off turn 4 when, as I said, he's broken the brake rotor, Sterling Marlin did, and pieces of that will be scattered all along the front stretch.
As well as some more body parts, I believe, coming.
If it was a red flag, Sterling would get out and pull that fender off. Oh, no, I can't do that.
Be right there, though.
Yeah, exactly right. Jason Leffler in that 32 car having a run. So it is very interesting, the strategy of Martin Truex Jr. coming down pit road. And you're going to see a lot of guys down pit road. So Alan, Dave, Marty, and Matt are about to go to work, and Snyder is first.
Well, Bill, 26-year-old Kansas driver Clint Boyer trying to get his second career Busch Series win on the top of your screen. Car's a little bit tight, a pound out of the right front tire. The water's at 240, a little bit of concern. They're going to try and get a 1-inch piece of tape off the front grille. Dave?
Great run for Jason Leffler in this 32 car. His car is a little bit tight. They made a quick wedge adjustment. They'll also take some air out of the left rear tire for Jason. Matt?
The 66 Greg Biff on the bottom of your screen, cleaning oil off the windshield. Said visibility was low. Some slight damage, he thought, to the right rear because he got into the wall. He tries to make his way out and around the 4. He was loose.
Reed Sorensen pitting from 11th spot, complaining, wanting major adjustments to his car. As crew chief Brian Patty said, we'll have more engines spinning here than an auto repair shop. He's getting major adjustments on his car. Track bar, wedge, he's out.
All right, you think I was confused earlier?
Right.
I'm really confused.
Me too.
Still too wide.
We've just gone back to greens. Denny Hamlin is your race leader in the 20 car, followed by Jeremy Mayfield and Johnny Sauter. They did not pit under this caution. Reed Sorensen was on pit road when the caution came out. He's running 4th. Kenny Wallace and Michelle Jourdain running 5th and 6th. Each took 2 tires. The rest of the field basically 4 tires behind them with 17 to go. This is going to be wild. Different agendas for different teams.
Look at here, the 8 car. He is coming.
And look at that mess behind us. Dave, what do you got?
The 20 car, Denny Hamlin, that red and white car on the high side, a rookie. I talked to his crew chief, Kelly Barraclaw. Why'd you keep him out? Only 15 laps on our tires, plus it takes a few laps for our car to come in, and it just did. The car right behind him, Jeremy Mayfield, same story. Our car was just starting to come in, so we stayed out.
Hamlin hit the wall early in the race. Mayfield was penalized for jumping the start of the race. They now run 1-2.
But here comes the 8 car on the inside of the 57 of Brian Vickers,
Who's a lap down?
who's a lap down, and he's going for the lead.
Vickers in the 8.
As a matter of fact, he already has the lead.
Yes. That's Truex in the 8.
And Greg Biffle, the 66, goes by Reed Sorensen, takes over the 2nd spot.
I'd say 4 tires might have been a good idea.
The 72 car is a lap down. That's Kevin LePage.
Wow.
Oh,
3 wide. Allen.
Hey, Bill, I just want to follow up on your comment about 4 tires was a good idea. Benny and Wally, 4 tires on a great handling race car.
On a slippery track?
Correct.
Yeah.
boys, I tell you what, they are trying their best to wreck back in the corner.
And Truex Jr. trying his best to get away from him.
You see all that? That's the storm back in there.
You've been waiting all night to play
I
with
have.
that. Menard in one of the stout cars all night.
Oh,
Wow.
Got the back of Reed Sorensen. Hurry up. I got to go.
Okay, we're getting into 3. Yeah, a little bit. Just not all the way down in. Tell him if he quits pushing and just stays up on me, we'll be better off. He's shoving me out there, then he's stalling.
oh man.
Harvick, big run. In the 21, down on the bottom. Allen.
I just wanted to clarify that radio traffic you were looking for. Kevin Mannion, the crew chief for, the spotter for Martin Truex Jr., has been asking for about a lap and a half that Greg Biffle wants to know if you're okay being pushed. Biffle's not the guy to push him right now.
Kevin Harvick, the 21 now, on the bumper of the 8. Marty on the 2.
Yeah, the DEI trio has been broken up and the RCR duo is together. That's exactly where Clint Boyer and Kevin Harvick want to be. Clint said, I don't care who's in front. Let's just push each other to the front as long as one of us leads.
And I think it's going to take 2 of those cars to get by that 8 car, Martin Truex, and that fast Pro Shot car, because he's been strong all night. Dave.
And to confirm Marty's story from the other side, the 21 crew radioing their driver, you've got the help, and the help is that 2 car.
So it's Truex in the 8 leading, then Harvick in the 21, and Boyer in the 2, and the 21 and 2 teammates. Biffle in the Ford on the outside.
Now, Truex lost his help when Menard was hung back in the group. He's back in the 8th position, and I can't see him fighting his way through these cars in the next 13 laps to get up and help Truex. Who's that smoking?
Is that,
Remember Mayfield, wasn't it? Maybe it was a
saw that earlier?
we got a crash.
Jourdain
got Michelle Jourdain around. Cars diving down pit road. Jourdain through the grass. Caution is out.
And obviously these cars were running faster than 55 miles per hour. But that's okay. You can enter pit road at 180 to dodge, to avoid an accident. But you have to slow down as you go down pit road. You can't run down pit road at 180.
Jourdain was running 13th. Driver frustration there.
Yeah. Don't know what happened, but he's obviously unhappy with either himself or someone else.
Probably someone else.
Gonna go, 12 laps from the finish. Take a look, see what happened. There he is up top. There's Casey Kane down the bottom. And he's gonna slide up and get into him and turn him sideways and wreck him.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Right.
I'll tell you what, though, these guys have done a good job avoiding
They really have
multi-car
tonight.
wrecks tonight. Another look.
Ever see the 38 car of Casey Kane just get in the left rear and turn the 10 car around, and when he corrected it, it goes back in the wall head on.
And Kane's lucky that Jourdain didn't turn him when they made contact.
Doesn't take much here either, getting in the back of somebody when you're in a corner.
Right along in the 25 car. Ashley Lewis.
He snuck through there.
Yes, he did. And here on board with Jourdain in the 10.
Here it comes right here.
Wow.
And all that water is the radiator.
It's just a pinball now. Just hanging onto the wheel.
Hoping nobody else pays attention.
Exactly.
Saw him
very
drop
happy.
the window net? Nope. But okay.
Shouldn't be.
That 38 car is...
He's had his hands
Yes,
full.
he has. He
all
really
night
has had a
long.
lot of work to do tonight. Into the medical vehicle for the mandatory ride to the care center. And a disappointing end to his Daytona night. Green is out. Truex through the gearbox with Harvick on his bumper and Biffle behind him.
It's going to really matter where Biffle goes. If Harvick will pull out, if Biffle will go with him. And I know they're great buddies.
Well, Menard in that 11 car dived down to the inside trying to get a run. Could not do it.
Bit of sarcasm there.
Really?
Menard was able to get one car. He got by Kenny Wallace.
Man, Kevin's got to run.
And the two looking inside.
There he is. Harvick had a
And
good
Biffle goes
run.
with him.
They all go with him.
But the 2 car. And Harvick is in front.
On board with Harvick.
And the 8, Biffle was able to go with Harvick, go by Martin Truex Jr.
Now Boyer needs to get away from the 8 car.
Well, he's going to...
Here comes Menard.
Yep.
All right. Martin Truex Jr. may have his partner, the 11 car, to come help him get up to the front again.
That's the car Manny was talking about, the 8 and 11 teammates. Biffle helping Harvick. How about that? This sport never ceases to surprise.
Now, will Biffle look in the mirror, pull out, and try to get a push from Truex?
Truex Jr. trying to go on the outside with help from Menard. He gets on the outside of Biffle. Looks like he's got him. Well, doesn't quite have him cleared.
And Kenny Wallace in the 22 a factor. Started high, now looks low. Falls in behind Biffle. 6 to go. Biffle right on.
Yep. Pushing the 21 of Kevin Harvick, Greg Biffle.
And Truex had the lead when they crossed the start-finish line, but now he's back in 4th spot.
Keyword there was had. Wallace on the inside of the 8.
Kenny.
Boy, he's had a good season. Michelle Jourdain released from the infield care center.
Under that caution, Kevin Harvick passed a message to Tony Raines to the spotters. So if it comes down to helping me or the two of Boyer, go with Boyer. He's running for the championship. That's why he's paying the price, trying to work his way back up to the front, Dave.
Biffle and Harvick have a long-running relationship on the track.
Well, these guys
or lack of.
These guys on the bottom better tighten up a little bit, or they're going to lose the lead, or they're going to lose positions. They've got to be closer in the draft if they're going to stay ahead of that 8-car, Martin Truex.
Harvick and Biffle have been involved in several incidents, blaming the other, one or the other, for them. And they had a big blow-up at Bristol a little over a year ago.
There's Martin Truex. Here goes for the Lemonard, pushing him, and Boyer helping both of them.
Now the 8-car's going to go to the bottom and leave Menard hung out to dry.
It's not very nice.
That's not nice at all. But you know what? For 4 to go, you're not supposed to be nice.
All right, now he's trying to just help one, then help the other. But here comes Menard on the outside. Goes to second, not able to get by Truex.
Harvick looking high, now looking low.
We're going to have a lot of looking in the mirror right now, too.
3 to go. How do you look in the mirror? I don't want to see it.
Now, Truex is looking pretty good right now. I think the only thing that's beat him now is a green-white checker. In case we have a caution flag in the next couple of laps, and they go to overtime and have a restart, that would hurt him.
Truex in the 8. Harvick, Biffle, Kenny Wallace.
Truex is going to be looking in that mirror. He's going to try to be putting the block on the 21 of Kevin Harvick.
To the flag stand and the start-finish line. 2 to go this time. What's Harvick thinking?
Harvick is trying to figure out how to get by, but he's got to have Biffle closer and Kenny Wallace. I mean, Truex cars is so strong. I don't know if they're going to have enough of a run.
It just doesn't look like Truex is fast enough to keep those guys. Oh, trouble! There's that caution I was talking about.
Several cars involved. This is coming out of 2 down the backstretch, and they're still wrecking. Well, we got
Randy LaJoy with a hood stuck up in the air.
big one coming late.
Well, they're going to green-white checker.
Yes, they are. Now you start thinking back, well, I wonder if fuel for anybody would be a factor.
Well, we saw what happened last time on the restart. Those guys able to get by Truex going through the gears.
The green-white checker instituted by NASCAR will be one attempt to get a green flag finish. This will be a long cleanup on the backstretch.
Took a bunch of them.
Yep.
I think it was Mike Bush, the 30 car.
Yep. Smith and Wesson car.
There's the 36 of Stanton Barrett.
Yep. Saw Randy LaJoy was involved.
Justin Labonte was in there.
No. There were a lot of guys in there.
Let's take a look. See what happened there. They're stacked up.
Listen, the 30 LaJoy and the Dollar General got.
They were all going to the middle, it looked like, and
Got hit by John Wood in the 47 car and just turned around.
Justin Labonte in the 44.
Denny Hamlin, 20 car, just pushing the 47 down the racetrack.
Boy, Denny Hamlin had a rough start and a rough finish to this race. And back here,
Regan Smith and Jason Keller. Regan Smith in the 58, Jason Keller in 35. That's Bliss in the 30 car going through the middle.
And LaJoy looks like he turned down into the middle. He was trying to get to the middle.
Martin Truex will bring them to the line for a green-white checkered finish. One attempt to get a green flag finish.
Kenny Wallace is laying back just a little bit in that 22 car. See him? He's 2 or 3 car lengths. He's trying to time this thing. And go now, Kenny.
Green flag.
You have to time that perfectly.
Yeah,
you do that. When you lay back, you're done.
White flag next time by. Truex Jr., Harvick,
back a little bit.
Yep.
If Biffle would play the same game.
Oh, here we go now. They got to run.
Here comes the blocking.
Oh, is that going to give? Oh, here comes Harvey back up to the top.
Went down below the yellow line.
A couple of those guys down there.
Man, some serious blocking going on.
That yellow line is out of bounds. In NASCAR's discretion, as long as you do not advance your position.
And that's all I think Truex needed to do.
Yeah, that's right. I think now he's going to be okay.
White flag. Truex Jr. takes it. 1 to go at Daytona.
Although that 21 Harvick really gets a good run off the 1 and 2. He may have one more shot at it if Biffle can get up there and push him a little bit.
Truex Jr. drifts high.
This doesn't look like it's going to be able to catch the 8 car. Well, they're trying. Here comes Harvick. He's closing up on the back bumper. Does he have enough? It doesn't look that way.
Martin Truex Jr. through 3 and 4. Off the final turn with Harvick in his rearview mirror and Biffle on Harvick's bumper. Sees the checkered flag. Harvick looking to make one more move, but there won't be enough room, and Martin Truex Jr. wins at Daytona.
You guys are awesome. Daytona.
What was that comment in the car earlier about I think it's going to smell like beer in a little while? He had that right.
Now it smells like beer.
Martin, happy belated birthday. You and your team got yourself a win at Daytona.
Awesome. Man, Best Pro Shop Chevrolet was great. I was worried on them restarts there. Harvick could, no matter how slow I went, he would just lay back even more and kept getting run on me. I blocked him, and I got, it was a little close when I come down in front of him. He got into me a little bit, and I'm sure he's not too happy about it, but we won at Daytona, and this is awesome, man.
Here's the crew chief, Kevin Mannion.
Yeah, it's been a great day. Finally signed my contract before the race started, and maybe that was what we needed.
That's what they said you wanted to tell us here in Victory Lane. All right. Come here, I'm not done with you yet. You have re-signed. That's what you wanted to tell us.
Yeah, we had a big meeting before the race in the trailer, and I talked to the guys and told them, what was all going on and why I stayed. And it's these guys right here. It's all the guys back at the shop, the friendships I've made at DEI. Tony Jr., everybody, Pops, just Steve Neal, everybody, the 15 team, the 8 team, just everybody there has been so great to me. And, I want to give something back to them, so we're going to go after them hard next year.
That will be a Nextel Cup deal next year, correct?
Yeah. I figured it'd be good luck if we didn't tell anybody till after the race. And just been an awesome day. I got to thank everybody back at the shop, Fab Shop, Motor Shop. They're working their guts out trying to get these cars better, and it showed tonight. All 3 of our cars were real strong.